Hey guys, welcome back. So guys, we are continuing our Laravel9 e-commerce series. So now guys, in this video, we are going to learn how to make a carousel. Okay. So what carousel? That is nothing but the slider. Let me show a demo over here. So I'm on the getbootstrap.com guys on the slider part, that is carousel, where we are going to make this carousel slider. Okay. To make this slider, we have to make a CRUD application for sliders. So first step, let's get back to our application. Let's close everything. As simple guys. Now let's begin with the migration first. PHP artisan make colon migration create sliders table. Hit enter. Created migration. Let's go to database migration, and at the last we have the sliders table. Perfect. So now let's add the fields over here, which will be the title in a string title. Let's copy and paste for the description. So you can keep this as a medium text, and we can keep this as nullable also, and then one status. So you can copy this and paste here, and let's make this as status, which will be tiny integer status. By default it should be 0. So give a comment over here, comment function 1 equal to hidden and 0 equal to visible. That's it. And now we are missing out with the image part guys. So let's copy and paste here, and let's tell the image. Okay, let's save. And now guys, let's migrate this. Okay, so PHP artisan migrate, hit enter. Your table will be migrated. Perfect guys, it's got migrated. And now let's create the model for this. PHP artisan make colon model where slider. Okay, where we are going to create, if we have created an admin folder. Okay, it's not created directly, we can create it. Hit enter, and your model created successfully. Let's go to the slider.php model and define the table. So protected dollar table is equal to where sliders and your fillables. So protected dollar fillable is equal to where title comma description comma your image and the status. That's it guys. So our model also is ready, and now let's create the controller. PHP artisan make colon controller the slider controller. So let's go to http controllers, where you have an admin folder. Inside that admin folder I want to create this controller. So let's move one step back and create admin / slider controller. Hit enter, and you'll find that slider controller in your admin folder controller. Okay, so let's move admin, and you find that slider controller. Cool. So now here you need to begin with the creating the functions and the route. So before this, let's go to the view. Okay, and this is the home slider. Let's click on this home slider, and you need to go to called the URL called sliders. Okay, hit enter, and now guys, you need to set this slider URL in the sidebar. So let's copy this full route and go to the sidebar. Let's move to resource views and move to layouts, and inside layout we have an inc, and inside inc admin folder, and then move to sidebar.blade.php file, and let's move to that. Let me close this. Here is our home slider, and you need to set the route. So let's set the URL over here, and now guys, let's copy this URL and create a route. So first let's move to our web.php. Let me go to routes web.php, and then you move to your admin prefix. Okay, so this is my admin prefix, and here I am going to create a route. So we will be using a route group controller, guys. So before that, let me copy this, a route group controller, copy and paste here, and let's end the route. That's it. And now you need to give the correct controller name. Let me copy from the slider controller. So this is my slider controller, guys. Let me copy and go to the web.php file and specify the route. And now you can start with your route colon get method, where you'll mention sliders. Okay, so because this is the URL what we have set here, sliders. Okay, that's sliders, and I'm going to index function. Done, guys. Now you need to create one function with the name index. So let's create a fun function with the name index, and I don't want anything here. Let's remove all that types, and now let's return and view the page with the name. Inside admin and inside slider folder, I want an index blade.php file. So let's move to the resource. So resource views, and inside admin I'm going to create one folder with the name slider, and inside that slider folder let's create an blade file. Okay, so index.blade.php. So page is created. So now let me just copy from any of the crud. Let's copy from the colors part. Let me copy all the page design, close it and paste here. That's it. So now let me remove unwanted things, like this is my slider list, and let's create the sliders / create to create or add slider, and then create the table format. So first will be the title, and if you require you can show the description also, and then the image and one status which is visible or hidden. So status, and this is your action button for edit and delete. So for this for each loop, let me remove, we don't require right now, so let's remove that and keep it. So guys, now let's save, and now let's check the output. Okay, let's refresh. Perfect. So guys, we can see that our slider view is ready, and now when we click on this add slider, we should get admin slider / create. Perfect. So now guys, let's create the route for this. Let's go to web.php, and here is our route. Here I paste, and let's copy and paste that from above and replace this with the correct URL, and let's go to create function. So move on your slider controller, guys, first, and create a function with the name create. So let me just copy and paste, and here I rename this index to create. That's it. And now we are not sending any request or post or get, so we are ignoring that, the type inside the function. And now here you create a create blade.php file. Yep guys, let's move and create the file. Inside the slider folder, let's create a file name create.blade.php. Done. And now let's copy the form and paste here, guys. So I'm going to copy the form from the colors crud itself. Let's copy all the code, close it and paste. So now let's make the changes, whatever it is required. Okay, so this is the message to show whenever it is success, and here add color, let's make it to slider, and here when you go back it should go on the sliders URL. Okay, this is my back button, and a simple card body, start and end, and this is my form. So at this form we will be using the title of the slider and description, So for the description, I don't require an input tag. Instead, I want a text area. So text area. Let's copy this and give a correct name, description, and we don't require this id and call. Instead, let's give a class and tell form hyphen control, and I wanted the 3 rows to be displayed. Perfect. And let's change this title also, guys. Here, let's make it to title and one image part. So we are missing that. Let me copy and paste. So this will be the image, and make the input type to file, and this will be the image, and let's end this input. That's it. So now guys, one is a status which we already have done here. Let's tell that if it is checked means hidden, and if it is unchecked means visible. Okay, all set. And now guys, we have a save button, and it goes to form action. Instead of colors, let's go to sliders and go to create. Okay, using the method post, and when you are sending a file, we required a multi-part form data. Okay, so when you are sending a file, so let's send that enc type equal to multi-part form data. Hit enter. That's it guys. And now let's copy the URL and create a route using post method. Yep, let's get back here and paste. Let me copy and paste the same route. We require this, and admin is already a prefix, so not to worry about that. And this is a post method. Okay, so post method and going to store function. Let's copy this, go to your slider controller and create a function with the name store function. The function name is store, and here let's do a form validation before saving the slider. Okay, so for that guys, let's make a slider form request. Okay, which will be $request. So for this, you need to create the PHP artisan make :request where slider form request. Hit enter. Your request will be created. Perfect. Now let's go to the, let me close this terminal. First, let's move to app HTTP, and you have a request. In this request, you find your slider form request. So first step, you need to authorize this to true, and the rules you have to write over here. The title, which is required, and then it's a string, and it's max 255. Done. And now let's copy for the description, paste here. Let's tell description, it is required, it's a string, and it's required around 800. Let's tell 800 characters is enough. And now guys, let's paste again for the image. Let's tell image, it is nullable. This is a image, and here MIMES, where you can tell JPG, JPEG, PNG. Okay, that's it. And for the status, let's keep that also. Let me copy and paste here, and we require a status, status status, which is just nullable, and that's it. We don't want to give any other option. Perfect. So now you can import this guys here. Now import its class. So import class imported. Let me show you guys over here. You can find that the request is imported. Perfect. And now let's begin with $validated data is equal to $request of validated function. And now guys, let's insert the record. So first slider : create function, and now you need to create step by step, because we are uploading the images also and checking the status also. So for that you have to create separately. So first title and your $validated your title. Now you can copy and paste for the description, copy and paste here, description, done. And now let's copy and paste for the image, and here let's tell image, and then one status. Let's tell status. Okay. And now guys, you need to validate here for this image and status part. So first we will check with the image guys. So let's write a if condition. So $request of has file, that is image. When it has an image, let's tell $file equal to $request of file function, and here image, that is your input. Okay, so this is nothing but your input, what you are validating from here, the image, and this image is from your create blade file. Let me show you this name attribute. Okay, image, so that we are taking and checking here. All set guys, and now let's get the file extension guys from here. Ext is equal to file of get the client original extension. So get client original. And now guys, let's create the file name. So file name is equal to, where I will use a time function, concatenate with the dot and the $ext. This is my extension. The file name will be time and the extension dot jpg png or whatever. Okay, done. And now guys, let's move this file. So $file, I mean this file. Okay, your request of file, let's move that in the uploads / use the slider folder / and then your file name. So give comma, not a dot, and tell file name. Copy this file name, paste here, and now you get the file name finally. Let's tell what is the variable you have copied here. Let's copy this $validated data, keep here, is equal to $file name. And with this file name, I want to store the path also. So let's copy this path and concatenate it over here. So let's paste here and give / and then it will concatenate all the data and it will store it. If it's like getting confused, just give a double quotes and add that. That's it guys. And finally, let's begin for the status part. So you need to copy this and paste $validated data of status is equal to $request of status when it is true equal to true question mark checked else null. So when it is checked means, which means 1, and if it is not checked means it is 0 by default. So 0 means visible, 1 means hidden. Save guys, and that's it. So once everything saves, let's return and redirect. Let's paste here and send with the message, that is your message comma inside single quotes like slider added successfully. All set guys, and now let's check the code once. So here I said the request, the file name. Oops, I have made the spelling mistake. Let's copy the correct spelling guys here, file name, all set. So make sure you're not making any spelling mistakes. And now guys, let's import this slider model, import class. Okay, so class is imported. Let me show you that slider model. Here is the model guys, which is imported now. Done. And now guys, let's check the output. Okay, so let's refresh. Perfect. So already guys, title, description, image, and status. Let's tell best e-commerce slider 1, And let me copy the same code, paste here. Let's copy and paste and select with the image. So I'm going to select this new slider one, which I have created it. And now let's upload it. Okay, let's save. And we see that perfect slider added successfully. And now guys, let us check in our database, Laravel e-commerce, where I have a sliders table. Let's open that. Here perfectly it's stored. Okay, so with the path and the image also. Cool. So now guys, let me check the image. Okay, let's go to uploads and you find that the slider folder is available and the image too. Cool. So now guys, let's fetch that in this table. So we have already designed the table. Now you need to fetch it. Let's get back to the index function. And now here we need to create a variable called sliders is equal to your slider model all function. And now let's send this variable using compact function sliders. Done. And now you can fetch that here in the body table. Okay, let's use for each. And this is your sliders of slider. Open and close. Slider of title, description, and the image and status, and finally one edit and delete button. Okay, a which will be edit, and you add a class here, button success, and one for delete, that is danger. All set. And for the image part, you cannot just show the name, instead we have to show the image also. Okay, so you need to use the image tag and get the asset function to show your correct detail. And here inside this, just use double quotes guys and pass this variable image slider. So you don't need to give the path because you have already given the path in the database. Okay, and let's give a width and height. Use a style attribute where width colon 70 pixel, height colon 70 pixel. And now inside this, let's tell slider. That's it guys. And now let's check the output once. Let's refresh. Perfect. You see that the image is visible with the data, title, everything. But we have missed the ID guys. Let me just add that also. So here you paste that ID, refresh, all set. Everything working fine. And now for the status, you see that it is shown 0. Instead of showing 0, let's tell it is hidden or visible. So you can just add a ternary operator. If this status is equal to 0, that means it is visible. So let's tell visible. If it is 1 means hidden. Let's save, refresh, and you get that output. Perfect. So now it's visible. So guys, in this video that's it, and now let's continue in next video about edit and update this record. And thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, and share.